In the 1860s, the area around Stokes Inlet was used by the Dempster family, but they soon relinquished the lease for one further east. In 1873, the lease was taken up by the Moyer family. The lease was sold to the White family in 1951, and then in 1970 the lease was surrendered to the state government with the understanding that it would become a national park. This occurred in 1974. The national park is located 81 kilometres west of Esperance, on Stokes Inlet Road. The park boundary is 4 kilometres from the main highway, and the campsite is a further 3 kilometres on. This makes it the closest campsite to the highway in this area. The road in is unsealed, but is usually in fairly good condition. There are park entry fees as well as nightly camping fees. This is a national park, so pets are not allowed here. Campsites cannot currently be booked, and it's a first-come, first-served basis. The campsite has been named Benwenerup, in what seems to be a national move to rename places to Aboriginal names. The campsite area has been redeveloped, and there are now 14 sites with sizes to suit any type of vehicle. Campsites are all secluded, but there are a few with shade. Some sites are now classified as group sites, but if things are not busy, they can sometimes be used for bigger rigs as well. Campfires are not permitted at this site at any time. It's a nice location near the inlet. There are 2 camp kitchens, 2 toilet blocks. Boats can be launched from the campsite or from the day use area about 3 kilometres south. The Young and Lawler rivers flow into the upper end of the estuary, which in turn empties out into Dunster Castle Bay. Most of the time, a sandbar blocks the flow of water into the sea, and it's only breached during times of very high rainfall. The estuary is the largest of its kind in this area, and the only one with reasonably deep water, up to 10 metres. Care should be taken when boating, as water levels vary and there are hidden underwater obstacles in some places. When the bar to the estuary mouth is breached by seawater, it allows the entry of various species of marine fish. But as the estuary becomes too saline during times of low rainfall, most of the fish that enter will die off. The one exception to this is the black bream, which has successfully colonised the estuary waters. Mullet are often common in the estuary, but can usually only be caught with nets. Australian shelduck, grey teal, little black cormorants, black swans, chestnut teal, sandpiper, red-capped plover, Australian grebes, Australian pelicans, little pied cormorants, white-faced herons, great egrets, and pied oystercatchers are among the 29 species of birds that are known to live around the inlet. Stokes Inlet and Lawler River were named after John Lawler Stokes by John Septimus Roe in 1848. There is a 4-kilometre heritage trail from the campsite to the day-use area. This is regarded as an easy trail, but keep in mind steps can be slippery in wet weather, and watch out for snakes during the warmer months. There are 2 lookouts, and there is also signage along the trail. Look out for large zamia palms on the flat section. The trail crosses the access road and then comes round behind the day-use area.